Good morning, and thanks for joining us for today's webinar on the top 5 ways nonprofit accounting departments fail their executive directors. I'm Dee Bowers, and I'll be your moderator. So before we jump in, I'd like to go over how to use the webinar software. On the right side of your monitor, you'll see an orange arrow. If you click that arrow, it'll toggle the webinar pane between the open and closed position. You'll also see a small chat window. Please feel free to type in questions throughout the presentation. We'll address those at the end of the webinar during the Q&A session as time allows. And we also have some audio settings to go over. So if you're calling in on your telephone, please make sure that you have the telephone option selected. Alternatively, if you're on your computer, please select the Use Mic and Speakers option. Last of all, webinar participants will receive an email within 48 hours with a link to the recorded webinar and slide deck. So now that we've gone over the software, I'd like to introduce you to our first presenter, Todd Peterson. Todd is the Director and Practice Lead for Armanino's Financial Management Outsourcing Practice. He has 27 years of experience in finance and accounting. He's also served as CFO for both public and private companies in the financial services and consulting services industry. And I'm also pleased to present Karen Frost, Manager of Consulting at Armanino. Karen has worked in the accounting field for over 30 years and joined the firm in 2012. She specialized in nonprofit for more than 15 years and has developed organizational financial procedures that guide staff through government rules, funder desires, and organizational goals. So it's great to have you both here, and with that I'm going to turn the presentation over to Karen.
Thank you, Dee. So I'd like to start off with going through some of our learning objectives. Actually, I'd like to start off with just making sure that everyone understands that even though the title of this conference, this webinar is the 5 ways that the accounting departments can fail their executive directors, these are 5 potential ways. Not saying that every accounting department is doing all 5 of these, but these are all hurdles that everyone should be mindful of when they're running an accounting department for any for-profit, nonprofit organization. So our learning objectives today are to, as I said, go over the potential failures for accounting departments of being costly, of what the risks are around it, the changing regulatory landscape, being the data keepers of the organization, and the inherent limitations of software, people, and everything that around an accounting department. Second part, we'll be talking about some cloud-based